Good morning, and welcome to Living in the Age of Aquarius, a time of great deceptions, where truth is being exposed, truth is exposing deceptions, time of great violence, and on and on. That's a whole other video. But today I want to talk to you about Oath Keepers, Main Core, and the lists. If you saw my last video, you know that it cut off on me short. Yeah, I apologize for my quality. I'm working with a really old Droid phone and a very old laptop that doesn't even do videos right. So I'm doing my best I can here. Hang in there, huh? Okay, let's get started. Oath Keepers. Orders we will not obey. This is very important. This came from the Oath Keepers blog spot. Declaration of Orders. Declaration of Orders we will not obey. Recognizing that each swore an oath to support and defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and affirming that we are guardians of the Republic, of the principles in our Declaration of Independence, and of the rights of our people. We affirm and declare the following. We will not obey any order to disarm the American people. We will not obey any order to conduct warrantless searches of the American people, their homes, vehicles, papers, or effects, such as warrantless house-to-house searches for weapons or persons. We will not obey any order to detain American citizens as unlawful enemy combatants or to subject them to trial by military tribunal. We will not obey orders to impose martial law or a state of emergency on a state or to enter with force into a state without the express consent and invitation of that state's legislator and governor. We will not obey orders to invade and subjugate any state that asserts its sovereignty and declares the national government to be in violation of the compact by which the state entered the Union. We will not obey any order to blockade American cities, thus turning them into giant concentration camps. We will not obey any order to force Americans, citizens, into any form of detention camps under any pretext. You made that oath. Not on our watch. You did that. We will not obey orders to assist or support the use of any foreign troops on U.S. soil against the American people, to keep the peace, or to maintain control during any emergency or under any other pretext. We will consider such use of foreign troops against our people to be an invasion and an act of war. We will not obey any orders to confiscate the property of American people, including food and other essential supplies, under any emergency pretext whatsoever. We will not obey any orders which infringe on the right of people to free speech, to peaceably assemble, and to petition their government for a redress of grievances. We will not obey any orders which infringe on the right of the people to free speech, peaceful assembly, and petition government of redress for grievances. Sorry about it. And the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually affirm our oath and pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. Oath Keepers. Here's your reminder just in case you kind of like forgot. So today I also want to talk about, it's called a main core, okay? And what main core is, main core, the following information is to be fair game to collect without a warrant. The email addresses you send to and receive from, and the subject lines of those messages. The phone numbers you dial, the numbers that dial into your line, and the duration of the calls. The internet sites you visit and the keywords in your web searches. The destinations of airline tickets you buy. The amounts and locations of your ATM withdrawals. The goods and services you purchase on credit cards. All of this information is archived on government supercomputers and, according to sources, also fed into the main core database. So based on that wonderful database, we come to the lists. And which one are you on? Let's figure it out, huh? This is by Medea Greer. And, okay, let me just say how it is here. She has it, red list, blue list, yellow list, black list. Are you on, Ema's ill list? I'm intentionally mispronouncing a couple words there. Hope you understand. Gun control. FEMA camps in the coming war against the people. Are you on the EMA's ill list? Stickers on your mailbox will determine your fate. Red, blue, and yellow. Now, they say mailbox, but I've also, on your car, tires, so, you know, it's not just mailboxes, but just the facts that you should know. And yes, the federal government has a plan for you. But is it red, blue, yellow, or black? From the government documents to startling evidence, the conclusion is evident. The lists are real, but when will they use them? The people have a hit list of their own. And people are waking up in the thousands daily. We have to look at all the evidence and try to see the big picture. Is this information real or true or false? Or just more conspiracy theories? Yes and no. Many truths weaved in between lies and misconceptions. Many things that people believe are not true, and many things people do not want to believe are very true. Look into HR 645, FM 3-19.40, Rex 84, Operation Garden Plot, Operation Cable Splicer, CILF's Civilian Inmate Labor Facility, and Military Police. Internment resettlement operations, because these are the real subjects to research and discuss. They're saying here even SWAT teams are helpless against this. Red, blue, yellow, or black list. What are you on? We are all on a red or blue list somewhere. Those on the red list will be woken at 4 a.m. and taken to the camps and probably illed. The red list, these people are the enemies of the NWO. They are the leaders of patriot groups, outspoken ministers, outspoken talk show hosts, community leaders, and even probably NETI, net leaders. These people will be dragged out of their homes at 4 a.m. and will be taken to the EMA detention centers and illed. This will take approximately 2 weeks before martial law is enforced. On the blue list, these are also enemies of the NWO, but are followers of the red list people. These people will be rounded up after martial law is in place and will be taken to the detention centers and re-educated various mind control techniques will be used on them. Most will not survive this at all. Mr. Springmeyer was very specific on exactly who was on the blue list, but I guess that people such as you and I are on that list. The yellow list, these are citizens who know nothing about the NWO and don't want to know. They are considered to be no threat at all and will be instructed as how to behave and how to think, and will most likely do whatever they're told. Unfortunately, there are too many of these to be effectively controlled, so many will be ill or starved. If you're on the blacklist, if anyone reading this is politically active and is an outspoken champion of personal liberty, then it is probably safe to assume that you're already on some sort of list, at least a watch list. You might also be on cyber blacklist, targeting you for disinformation and discrediting campaigns, or perhaps for DDoS ping attack hacking. It is no coincidence that DDoS ping floods are more frequently directed at politically outspoken blogs or websites. The key question here is, what is your priority on those lists? If someone is a high priority for travel restrictions or detention, then their passport would be immediately flagged, and they might not have the opportunity to leave the country via conventional means through normal passport controls. Recommendations by the Department of Emergency Services and Public Protection offer the following tips that all residents take. Simple preparedness steps: get a kit, make a plan, and stay informed. The recent events at Malheur Wildlife Refuge in Harney County, Oregon, illustrated that quickly removing the leadership of any political organization through targeted arrests can render it impotent or at least mute it in the court of public opinion. Think about that. Leaderless groups with redundant, secure means of communication are the wave of the future. Activist groups like the Black Panthers were in the 20th century norm. Groups like Anonymous will be 21st century norm. But be aware that the use of social media and non-secure communications can be used by governments to build dossiers or even indictments against political organizers. Facebook was specifically mentioned several times in the recent Malheur indictments. It is best to avoid social media entirely, but if you must, then choose your words wisely. And so that's goes along with my previous video on the guillotines, the ammunition, and the boxcars. It's all in line with that, with everything that's going on right now. This is very important that you know this stuff. Do everything in your do everything you possibly can to not go to these types of camps. They're just F camps. Okay, I'll be back soon with some other things. If there's something you want to know about or questions you have that you can't find an answer to, leave a comment in the comment section, and I'll work on it, give you an answer. Also, please hit the like button, subscribe, and hit that bell so you can get notifications of upcoming videos. So this is Liette Mini from Living in the Age of Aquarius, signing off. Love you guys. Ciao.